Hey guys, so I have to talk about this. Last night I was hanging out with my friend and um, we were watching Hip Hop Awards. I don't watch that. I'm just letting you know now. I really don't watch that, and I don't know how a grown man over 50 watches that. Like, I don't even, I shouldn't even ask that question. The question should be, why am I hanging out with someone who watches that? Okay, I just did. So, I figured I'd amuse myself. So I watched this show. And, anything I watch, I always got to figure out, how am I going to learn from this? So that's what I did. I sat down and figured, all right, what am I going to learn from this? So I'm watching, I'm watching like sideways watching, because I'm actually like doing other stuff. I'm engaged in other things, and then every now and then I'll glance and I'm looking at it. So they had Eminem. I hadn't seen him like forever, and I've never really was a big Eminem fan, but I would watch. Just watch. I'm watching this white guy sing rap, and it's cool. All right. So this time, like, I hadn't watched him in many years, and to see him again was like, that voice sounds familiar. I'm like, I said, that's... He goes, yeah, that's Eminem. That's Eminem. I was like, yeah, it's Eminem. And, hold on a minute. Clinton! I have to go get, because my lip was a little chapped. So, I'm watching this show, and I'm watching Eminem as he's speaking. He's spitting his little rap and his rhyme and stuff. And I'm saying to myself, and he's talking about the president, and he's really going in on the president, and really, like, I love that when rap music can be so conscious. It can be so, has such great content, something to share, to educate, to inform, as opposed to a bunch of garbage for our poor youths and black youths of today. Okay, so it was great to have that, something that can kind of resonate with these children, so they can learn that there's more to just garbage in our country. And also, this whole racism thing is all a distraction to the real deal of what's happening and the demise of us as a people. Poor, rich as well, but certainly as poor and black alike. And all blacks aren't poor, but that's, you think black, they think black, they think poor, which that is not the case. But it's a distraction. So the racism is a distraction. However, Eminem was spitting these really amazing lyrics, and it was really touching on the core of what this country has deteriorated to, and, what is happening to our country. But we shouldn't be surprised, really. We had a black president for 8 years. It's just like, all it is just like some kind of revenge of the races. Like, okay, well, you had a black president, you're going to put their most obnoxious president in office. And for those of you who voted, Trump, whatever, I know you weren't expecting this, but, what do you think? What do you think? And it's not even about voting for, first of all, our votes it doesn't really count. It doesn't even matter. So for those of us who are still caught up with the whole idea or idealism of voting for a president and that things are going to change, the laws are not written and they're not designed that way to cater to us as a black people. It was written away somewhere back in the 1920s. I can't remember, and I'll look back at that. But where they do not cater to any particular people, any race or group of people, especially black people. Okay? So with that being said, anytime you ever vote, they're not looking out for your best interests, black friends, my black friends that are watching. So what Eminem did last night, in terms of talking on behalf of the climate of the country and what the president is doing and how, ignorant this idiot is and so forth, was like, yeah, white boy, thank you. Thank you for speaking up. So when you think about, let me just think for a minute, because it's like, it's not us asking, how can white people help us? We're not saying that. First of all, as blacks, we need to help ourselves. We need to understand that we need to come together. We need to love, and that if we don't love and come together, we're going to be just continue to be separate. To be disoriented, disorganized, and just never have any real clear focus is what we need to do as a people. We can't. But it's good when you have, white people who step up and speak out on what's wrong. White people, let me just ask you right now. If you were to be born again, would you prefer to be born black or white? Would you ever want to be black? First of all, do you want to be black? If you want to be black, just put down there, I'd like to be black. Okay? And that's the question. This lady, I forgot, she did that test about, anyway, it's another video, but we'll talk about that. Well, the main thing is that when people step up and speak on the injustices that are occurring in our country, and as opposed to being, just really not giving any thought to it. Oh, I have this phone coming in. Oh, phone call. You know what? Let me call him right back in a meeting. Yes. So where was I? As opposed to white people really turning a blank, what is the word? Blank? Just not really being in tune as to what's happening in our country and pretending it doesn't exist. Racism doesn't exist. All that nonsense. It's nice when people step up. So for whatever it's worth, and for those of us who are still just really looking at race as the issue and not the big issue, which is everything that's happening around the world, illnesses, cancer, diabetes, chronic illnesses, the gay agenda, the second coming of Christ, all of these things that these people have in place, Monsanto, people who are handling our food, and we are just saying, thank you, feed me, and not knowing where our food is coming from, and medicines that's out there medicine that is, there to not heal us, but hurt us. All right, so it's a distraction. Racism is a distraction, but it is an issue that needs to be addressed and looked at. And really, ultimately, we need to come together as black people. And we've been saying it forever, Frederick Douglass, what's that guy, that book that I love reading? Oh my gosh. That's what happens. I think my memory should be getting better, but in 1920, you know what? Hold on, I'm going to get the book for you. And Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey has been preaching this since the 1920s. Imagine that we are, as a people, are so caught up in materialistic things and so distracted by all of the garbage that we are being fed that we are not taking time to really, address the issues. And if I can learn all of this, at 50, I'll be 50 in a couple of months in February. So I'm always saying 50. I've been saying 50 for about 3 years. But if we can learn if I had to learn all of this now, I would love to have known everything that I've known at 20, 25. How much further in my life I would have been, So if it's one at a time, then I think in 100 years, I think we'll all have come to some place in our lives where we can go, yeah, I think we got it. We got to stick together. Remember, black people, we don't have a country to go to. Everyone else has a country to go to. If they were shooting, killing black people, Indian people in New York the way they kill, or in this country, in America, you better believe that those countries, Pakistan, India, whoever, the mother country would come and step in to defend their young black youth, their young Indian youth. If they were killing Chinese, the way they kill black men in this country, China would come and kick their asses and put this country in their place. If they were killing Hispanics, whoever the Hispanic country and culture comes in, the same thing would happen there. They would come and defend their people. But we don't have a country, black people. Africa is still now run by whites. What's going on here? And they want to make it, what did they say they want to make it? Colored, mixed race situation, a mixed race type of democracy, mixed race. There we go again. Africa is supposed to be black, but yet now they're shooting our black men. We don't have no place to run, and Africa is now a white country, a white it's white, mixed race, government. Really? So when I was coming across this information, I was like, boy, this all just sounds like cancer to me. Same way we fighting here with cancer. They've been running. I don't run no races for no cancer, because they're never going to find a cure. It's not. This country's not built to find a cure. They're built to create drugs to take care of those of you who believe in it. And I tell you, I would rather die first than have them take care of me or put their hands on me. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to, I'll be speaking a little bit more and sharing a little bit more. And I just want to say, Eminem, thank you. You were amazing. And what I got out of that show was that I want to now, which I've already thought about doing, writing songs about the experience of going through breast cancer and what I've learned, and being able to put that in some kind of song, rap, format, poetry. And yeah, it was so inspiring. Oh, also, my friend who I was watching it with, just to show you how left field some people are. I'm sitting there going, oh yeah, Eminem, awesome, what? Oh, he is really just spitting it out there. And he had nothing to say. Sure enough, at the end he goes, yeah, well, Ziggy she's bananas with her stuff. Ziggy? You guys know that rapper Ziggy, right? That girl rapper Ziggy? Really? Really? Now you know this is a conehead, right? How are you gonna put that? That's like apples and oranges. Singing, first of all, where did rap come from? Singing our music and going out there and pitching it, and we go, oh, white woman, you're so amazing. Oh my gosh, you're singing like us. Ooh, my kids will never really know that all of the music that they hear is originated from blacks, Africa. It's like everything about us is just appealing to, the white race. It really is appealing to them, and it's taken over, and it's like as if we had nothing to do with it. So to see Eminem step up and use his voice to do that was like, thank you, white boy, thank you very much. And we appreciate that. That's the kind of stuff we appreciate. All right, I love all people, so I don't give a friends what y'all think. But I want us as a people to love each other more and understand that we are being, you know what the word I'm looking for. Yes, we are, by the system. Okay? And we need to start paying attention to it now that we're exposed to, social media, and we have access to these videos and being able to hear, different opinions and different takes on, aspects of life. It's important. It's important that we do our job as parents to also expose our children to other information. Don't let the school system teach our children, because they're not teaching them true and real black history and what we really need to know as a people. Okay? I love you. I will talk to you later. I gotta go. Bye-bye.